Initially, your lab station will have 3 test tubes, color-coded, H2O, glycerol, hexane. You will also have a pair of molecular model kits. This box is for making glycerol. This box is for making hexane. The structures are shown on these pieces of paper inside the boxes. It is important that you do not add water to these tubes. If your tube is empty, please ask for a refill. If you're saying at the end of the hour you want to clean the tube, please refrain from doing so. This tube should only ever touch hexane. I've given you a number of small test tubes. One of the things you'll do with these tubes is to test solubility of your organic liquid. To do that, you'll have to put some water in the tube. Your instructions say about 2 milliliters, which would look like that in the test tube. And then add about half a milliliter of organic liquid. And for that, I'll use a pipette. Here I have my pipette. I'm adding my organic liquid to the tube, about half a milliliter or so. And then I vortex. After vortexing, I've let the layers settle, and you can clearly see there are 2 layers here, so this liquid is not soluble in water. Happens to be more dense than water in this case. In step 9 of your lab, you'll use Parafilm. Parafilm is a type of laboratory film. Its usual purpose is to seal up a vessel. For example, here's a test tube sealed with Parafilm. There are 2 sizes of Parafilm. This is the 4-inch, this is the 2-inch. There are scissors here. Cut yourself a piece of Parafilm. I will now cover this beaker with a piece of Parafilm. The Parafilm looks too small to cover the beaker, but it will stretch. So first, discard the paper backing. Then anchor one side of the Parafilm, stretch it over the top. Should be like a little drum. For today's lab, I would suggest you make 3 separate beakers. That way 3 people can gain experience in learning how to use Parafilm. When you're ready for the flammability experiments, you need to have a fire bowl and you need to have a clear zone around it. So sometimes the fire will get out of the bowl, which means anything flammable needs to be moved away so that you will still be safe. You'll use tongs, and I will bring you matches when I believe you are ready for that. And then you would take a single match, hold it in your tongs, and bring that to the bowl. The very last step of the lab is to use ferric chloride. Materials are on the buffet table as well as instructions. When you draw your hydrogen bonds today, think about this sort of geometry.